bigots, and they're not worth your time. So they're not worth your friendship. If somebody is so closed-minded, is such a bigot, that they cannot handle you who you are, then they don't want you to be, you don't want them to be friends of yours in the first place.
Yeah, but you know, there are times where you have to be careful where you say things, and especially like on the job. If you are in a job where you could lose your job, don't come out of the closet, okay? We'd rather have an employed atheist than an unemployed atheist.
I disagree.
Until things change.
I disagree. You know what? I disagree. I think that's...
if you could lose your job?
If you could lose... You know what? If you could lose your job, if it's an extreme situation, yeah, I can see it. But as a policy, no, I don't believe it. As a policy,
well,
I mean, it's illegal to fire somebody because they're an atheist.
Okay,
I think if you have a good standing job... Oh, let me get this out. If you have a good standing job and you're getting good reviews and you tell somebody that you're an atheist and you get fired, you can sue that company for a lot of money.
It's like being gay, and it's like being fired because you're gay or because of your age. That you can't always prove it, and you know why you were fired. They made your life miserable. They will get you out somehow. It really depends on the circumstances. I agree with you 100%. No one could agree. I mean, I've been an open atheist all my life. But, you know, I realize how difficult it is for some people. So, you know, I wouldn't want you to do something that could get you in a lot of trouble if you're not comfortable doing it.
Well, I think that at this point, what we're looking at in this country is the result of way, way too much silence. And
yes.
I think that if you have any activism blood in you, if you have any real patriotism in your blood, okay, this is about patriotism after all. I mean, when it comes right down to it, we're at war. We have a lot of patriots who are going to war and dying for this country, but nobody is fighting the war at home. Nobody is fighting this theocracy that has formed in the U.S. government. And the reason that nobody is fighting is because they're afraid to come out and say that they don't believe in this.
And you know, and one of the reasons, well, let me just, is that it's oftentimes what you perceive is going to happen is never going to happen.
That's right.
It's the fear is so great that it's going to be so bad. When there's no evidence for it, we assume. It's amazing what people say about our annual conventions. You know, they think that we're going to be picketed, protested, that they're going to be infiltrated, there's going to be... They think that they've never been to a convention. They assume the worst. They assume the worst.
So I mean, I have to say to this person who hopefully knows who hopefully is watching this show, you know what? The time for being silent, it's really over. Okay, in my personal opinion, I know that you have to make your own decision, but the time for being silent, it's really over. If you keep being silent, you will lose the right soon. You will lose the right to speak, okay? You will lose the right to speak up. There are too many people in this government, going back to the first part of the show, there are too many people in this government that think freedom of religion does not include freedom from religion. And yeah, now is the time to speak up. Now is the time to make sure that everybody knows who you are. And you know what? You're a nice guy, and you know what? You've always been this person. And you've always been nice, and they're your friends, and they were your friends while you were an atheist. They just didn't know you were an atheist. And you know what? You can get that through. These people are not stupid. They're just ignorant.
And you don't have to alienate everybody when you announce that you're an atheist. It doesn't mean you have to argue with people or get into a fight or anything like that. Okay, it's how you handle it.
Very big point.
It's very difficult. Let me just say that there are so many people who are out of the closet now, so many different types of groups, that we're just one of many groups that, society kind of frowns upon. So just don't think that the whole world is waiting to pick on the atheists because, we're just one of many minority groups. But
when it comes right down to it, the best way to come out of the closet is just to make it a real quick hit and then say, that's it. Oh, religion? No, I don't believe in that stuff. I'm an atheist. Let's go to lunch. Just like that. Boom. Let's go to lunch. You know what? That's not for me. Religion's not for me. I'm an atheist. Let's go to lunch. Let's watch the game. Did you see the game last night? Did you watch Lost? Did you watch Heroes?
And people will react to you the way you behave about your atheism. If you act like you are ashamed of it,
I'm an atheist. I'm sorry.
People will treat you like you should be.
Yes.
That is so true. If you're a little reticent, 30 seconds. If you're a little reticent, a little afraid, a little apologetic about it, people will treat you like you should be. They'll walk all over you. If you act proud like David does, they'll have a little bit more respect for you. And we have a lot of respect for you for watching the Atheist Viewpoint today. David, it was so much fun. David's going to be with us next week. And so thank you again for watching.
See you next week.
See you next week.